What up? Little Spaz 57 here. So I've been asked to do a points of emphasis video, so here we go. Oh, before we do, check this out. What the? So what's up? I've been asked to do a points of emphasis video, so I'm just gonna give it to y'all the only way I know how. So here we go. Points of emphasis, let's start off with the offense. When we're on offense, you have patient offense. Basically, patient offense is a patient offense. You're most likely to use as much of the clock as possible. Excuse me. Shoot at will. Shoot at will. There's no particular shooter. You just shoot at will. The shots are going. You're letting everything fly. Get shooters open. You're gonna see a lot of screens set, a lot of cutting when you choose points of emphasis offense. Get shooters open. Play through scorer. You select the player that you want to play through. Most likely it's going to be the first or second best players that's on a team, or it could be a team member that is hot at the time. Get to the basket. Those are cutter plays, basically. Excuse me. Those plays are designed specifically for people to get to the basket. Pick and roll offense. Y'all know what pick and roll is. I have a tutorial on pick and roll. Feed the post. It's when you feed your big men, your post players. You're not going to have a point guard that's in the post, right? Right. Crash offensive glass. It's exactly what it says. You're going to crash the offensive glass. You want to pick this when you're getting beat on the offensive glass. Meaning, if your opponent is getting a lot of defensive rebounds, you might want to change to crash the offensive glass. Run in transition. That means you're running. You're like the Lakers of the 80s when Magic was on the team. You're run and gun. That's a run and gun offense. So you want to have as many athletic players as possible. That's basically, I will use run in transition when I have a smaller lineup in. Now let's go to defense. When we go to defense, conservative defense, we're going to start out with. All that means is that it's not an aggressive defense. Players are just playing defense like they're playing mellow. They're not playing too aggressive. Physical. Physicals are more aggressive defense. When you want to get the bump animations and bump your defenders around because they're getting easy shots, you want to disrupt their rhythm, I recommend you pick a play physical defense. Nothing inside. You have your big men packing the paint. Anybody come inside, it's swastika time. In other words, it's get it out of here. They're gonna be like, get out of here. Points of emphasis for limit transition. Basically, if your opponent is running and gunning and he's always on a break, you're gonna want to pick this limit transition. So your players are gonna get back faster on defense. When it's time for defense, they're gonna hustle back to prevent fast breaks and easy buckets. Limit perimeter shots. This is very, very important in NBA 2K. Excuse me. Now, in 2K14, you notice how, especially if you play conservative defense on points of emphasis, your players will sag off. And you don't want that. That's been the #1 complaint in NBA 2K14. How the AI always leaves perimeter shooters wide open and they always knock it down threes. So to alleviate that, to stop that from happening or prevent it from happening as much as you can, as much as possible, you're going to set your points of emphasis defense to limit perimeter shots. Key in on scorer, whoever's the main scorer. So if you're on my team and you got Michael Jordan going ham, you got a opponent that picks that one player, Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, whoever the player is that's killing your team, you put key in on scorer. And that's how you slow him down, and he'll be forced to go to his other options. Crash defensive glass. You know what that is? You crash in the defensive glass, right? So when you're on defense, your opponent shoots, he misses, your guys are going to the boards more aggressively. Create chaos. This is when all type of madness just happens on the defensive end. They're just throwing all type of defensive looks at you. It's just hectic out there. It might look like a zone, man. It's just going crazy out there. Traps, presses, it's all types of stuff going on. It's pandemonium on the court. Pure pandemonium when you have create chaos. Now flex, I don't know too much about flex, but I don't know exactly what flex means. However, I do know that you could double up. Like if you have your points of emphasis on auto, right? On your offense, on your offense, and you have patient offense, you could also put flex to patient offense. If you have your defense to key on a certain player, right? You could put key on a certain player on your flex. So it's like you could double points of emphasis using your flex. And that's as much as I know as far as points of emphasis is concerned to my knowledge. So I go by the name of Little Spaz 57. I hope this helped you out, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.